wonder what a win at Anfield does for the mood in the dressing room.
Yeah, you can imagine the mood in the dressing room. I mean, look, I have a more balanced view, not because I don't enjoy big results, of course I do, but a more balanced view over a season's work. But the mood in the dressing room, fantastic after that big result. We want to take that thinking, as a collective we want to take that thinking into a cup game at Fulham. Quite obviously, there's been a good feel of the recent run of games, even with a couple of losses in there, against Man United and West Ham. I think the performances were at least decent, particularly against Manchester United. So we want to keep that going, want to keep that feeling, and you have to work hard for that feeling. We're going to have to work hard at Fulham.
How difficult a period, though, is this to manage again? Because you play again Sunday, obviously against Fulham. Then it's Wednesday Villa, Sunday Chelsea, Wednesday City, Saturday Brighton.
Yeah, look, it's a busy period. We all understand the reasons for all these busy times and the way the games are crunched together. Some of the formatting, I suggest, could be slightly different, but we understand equally the TV companies want to get the games out there and the fans want that as well. We're just going to have to take on the challenge. I've never been one to over-question the way these things work. We have to work on the challenge of what it is, getting players recovered, getting them well, getting them ready to go again. The good side of it, the timing, at least, is that we've got a lot of players coming back to fitness. They're not maybe Premier League fit yet, but they're coming back to as in injury-free. So that's an important thing with all these games coming up. So, we'll have to look at what team we can put out to make sure we get results, whilst tempering the idea of not losing players again, because it's very important that we do keep the players fit, not just for one game, but for games coming even beyond this spell of busy games. For games coming beyond that.
But as you're looking to pull away and move up the table as well, where does the FA Cup then come in the list of priorities?
No, look, I've always spoken freely about the FA Cup. I've had my own little moments in the FA Cup. I think it's a fantastic competition. But the fact is, for a club like Burnley Football Club, it's very important to continue the journey in the Premier League. That was always going to be a priority at a club like Burnley, not just because of the kudos of the Premier League, but quite obviously the financial side and the stability of the club moving forward. It was, and now there's a new owner, it still will be. I don't think that's going to radically change. There might be some change, but not radical change. So, that will always be the focus. But when that whistle blows, trust me, we want to win games. We know we've got to work hard to win games. So when the whistle blows, we'll be ready to win a game.
The new owners said anything about how they'd like a cup run to go hand in hand with staying in the Premier League?
It's amazing that everyone says that as if you just have a cup run. You just go, oh, we'd love a cup run. Okay, I'll deliver a cup run. Trust me, they've been saying that at Burnley Football Club ever since I walked in. The minute I walked in, are you going to take us on a cup run? I go, oh, yeah, of course. It'll be really easy. And I'll just roll them out there. And because you said we want to go on a cup run, we win every game.
But when it comes to the challenge you've got against Fulham as well, I mean, they've shown against Chelsea, United, difficult to beat. They showed that in the previous, I think, 5 league draws before that as well. So just what kind of a challenge do they present for you, Sean?
Well, they seem to have settled their season down a little bit after a tricky start. That can happen. They seem to have found a formula, if you like, that seems to have, brought them better results, or certainly closer game styles. It seemed that they were probably, conceding goals probably too easy early season. Now they seem to have gripped hold of that. So that might change it. Obviously, a cup game, they might make changes. We might make changes. That would alter that thinking slightly. But, they're beginning to find their way, and that's the way the Premier League often works. You've got to find a way that works for you and a way that's effective for you. And it looks like they feel that they're on something with what they're doing. Cup games can offer something different sometimes, so we'll see.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vinny. Alex, please, from BBC.
Hi, Sean. Just alongside Charlie, is there any other players that have picked up any knocks ahead of Sunday?
Well, it's early after the game, so I'll have to wait and see on that. But Charlie's the obvious one. I don't think anything's been reported. Obviously, there might be more news tomorrow going into the Fulham game. And
just after Nick Pope putting in a performance like that, will he be staying in for the game on Sunday as well?
I don't understand how you think I was going to tell you that answer, so I won't be telling you that answer.
And just to go again on the challenges of Fulham, what do you think they do really well?
Fulham, sorry.
Yeah, Fulham.
Yeah. Look, I think they're beginning to find their feet a little bit more in the Premier League. I think they've got some good players on the counter. They seem to be finding a format they're a bit more happy with, or it looks from the outside in. Obviously, the defensive side of the game. Look, any away game poses a challenge in all games, of course. But statistically, away games are often more difficult, particularly when you're playing Premier League sides. Cup games maybe offer changes in personnel as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But we've got a good mentality that's been shown throughout this season. Obviously, a big win at Liverpool. And then, we want to continue that thought and that process with the team and continue their performances. So whatever team we put out there, we'll be looking for them to deliver a performance that can win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Chris Borden, Burnley Express.
Actually, I know you only look sort of to the next game, but was it sort of a weird one with how the fourth and the fifth round were drawn out at the same time? It almost gives you sort of an insight into what lies ahead potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about. I think they're doing. Look, football as a whole, I think, is doing what it can to deliver. There's bound to be some things that are a bit awkward, a bit tricky, or you question. Like now the game schedule and all that sort of stuff. But everyone's trying to play their part. Everyone wants it delivering. So if they've done that for the FA Cup, that's the way it goes.
So obviously, yourselves and Fulham don't disrespect Bournemouth or Crawley, but the winner of that tie on Sunday will fancy themselves, to be looking at maybe a quarter final, something like that.
Well, the cup's got many upsets. It's got many reasons. It's got many. Like I said, it's. People suggest it's you're playing on a cup run this year as if it's just easy. It's not easy winning football match. It's not easy designing a cup run that you just lay it out there and go, look, we're going to have a cup run. So I think our mentality will just be the next game. And Fulham are obviously in the Premier League. They're a good side. They've got a pretty deep squad there. So if they make changes, we still think they'll be a handy outfit. And if we make changes, we still believe that we can take on the game and win.
Is it different this year? I mean, everything's settled on the day, really. I mean, in the past, you could maybe have thought, we could grind out a draw there, take them back to our place, sort of thing.
I think it's appropriate that it's settled on the day. I do think that. We obviously had to work hard for our last one.
Yeah.
I just think it's appropriate at the moment with all that's going on, the scheduling and everything. I think it is appropriate. They'll probably look at that format in the future as well.
Yeah. Spot on. Cheers, Sean.
Cheers. Thanks, Chris. Alex James.
Hi, Sean. Just one quick one from me without giving away your team. Do you see the Fulham game as an opportunity to perhaps get match minutes that we've spoken about in the past into players such as Jack Cork, Phil Barsley, perhaps who haven't had as many minutes as others this season?
Yeah, we'll get a roll call tomorrow. I'm not expecting other than Charlie, so we should have that. So, by Saturday we'll be looking at what we've got available, but that should be good. There's very good players who are not playing at the moment, so I certainly believe in them. And then we'll take a sort of view as a staff on what side we can put together that we believe can win down at Fulham.
That's one. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Daz.